Alright guys, just bear with us. I'm just waiting for it to come up. There it is. Okay. Crap, where did I put this again? Chris, do you remember where I put the stream to on the Discord?
Self-promotion.
Self-promotion. Thank you. At everyone, we are live. There we go. I think we have everything. Yep, ARP evidence. Yes, you are the first. Welcome, my man. Hold on, evidence, just to test. I have to chat up. Just to test. Do you hear us perfectly well? Do you hear me and do you hear Chris?
Check.
Yep. 1, 2. Do you hear us? I'm just waiting for the message. Once I see the message pop up, that is when we will start. Yep, perfect. Alright, beautiful. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Today is the 27th of February. Happy Sunday to everybody. Welcome to Formula Racing League Season 1, Round 2 in the Tier 1 division here at the French Grand Prix here for Formula 1 2021. I am your commentator, Just Gaming, or Justin, whichever one you guys prefer. And of course, I am here, just like last week, here with Chris. Chris, how you doing, my man?
I'm doing just fine. How about you, my mate?
Honestly, very happy to have you back. Here for Formula Racing League. Guys, this is going to be potentially the last Formula Racing League race that we would actually see on this channel. If you guys are interested in watching it, it would be on the Formula Racing League's channel once it gets created. It has not been created just yet, but we will get the info and you'll see it live then. But here tonight, we are here for round 2, here for the French Grand Prix, and we are about to get underway. We have a full qualifying session here today with a 50% race. As always, 27 laps with a realistic performance league. I'm very excited.
Oh, as I am. I mean, France. It's always quite interesting about the weather situation. I already saw a lot of league races with mixed conditions, like pouring with rain or dry, but it's always interesting because this is a tactical circuit.
Yeah, honestly, and that's the one thing about this track. Very sharp cornering. Honestly, it's going to be very, very difficult for these drivers out here tonight. But the thing about this track is that it's very technical. You're going to be having a lot of downforce on that car, specifically from like the first couple of turns as you make your way into Sector 2, and then like Sector 2 is the majority straights, and then Sector 3 is where we have the ending quick lefts and rights, where you go around maybe 5th or 4th gear in some of those cases, and then of course with the sharp left-hander to a hairpin final corner towards the finishing straight, and of course the pit entry being just behind there. But yeah, we are here for a very interesting race, and I am very, very excited. I cannot wait. And yeah, we have a full grid here tonight. We have a full 20, and we are just going to be getting underway in a few seconds for the full qualifying. We have a full lobby here tonight, including the commentators as well. So Chris, we are here for a belter of a race.
Oh yeah, I love that circuit with the full grid in it. It gives us much more entertainment. But can you remember in the 2019 game that there was a really weird pit entry? They made a new one, but this is one of the most dangerous pit entries I ever have seen on tracks.
Really?
Really tight. But before that, the pit entry was on the straightaway actually, So you had to break in sharp and going just like in between the walls there. This was weird. So they changed it for the real F1 to give it a little bit more like reaction time. But it's still you just came into the pits, you have the right, left, and you are so close to the wall. This is kind of scary for every driver. So watch out for that one. This is gonna be really interesting.
Yeah, honestly, and to be honest with you, I actually didn't really play the 2019. 2020 was my first Formula One game, and it was practically a month prior to 2021 coming out. So, if I would say anything about the most dangerous pit entry, I would potentially have to say Austria, mainly because the pit entry is actually on the racing line, and if someone's ahead of you. What's it called? If someone's ahead of you going into the pit lane and you're still in a fast lap, you could be making contact or having to make evasive maneuvers. But we're not here at Austria. We are here at France for Q1 to start off the evening, and we're gonna see how these drivers do. And I'm gonna be honest with you, Chris. I actually don't really know what sort of times we'll be looking at here tonight. So it's just going to be up in the air, and we're going to see who is going to be the one to set the standard here in Q1.
About the lap times, we if it is dry qualifying, and I think we could expect times around 128, 129 from the top runners. But it is raining. It is raining actually.
It's raining. Oh wow, it is. And I actually saw in the chat a few minutes ago, someone was saying, please no rain. Please don't let it rain. But it's unfortunate. We will be having a wet quali so far.
And now we're speaking about lap times around about 138, 139 with the into tires.
Ooh. But we'll have to wait and see. But we're actually going to go on board with YZ Sam. Well, or Sam's.
The white Sam is he called actually.
Yep. Okay. But we're actually going to go on board with him, as he is both going to be the first person to make his way out of the pit lane, but also he is our drivers championship leader as it stands, getting maximum points last week. And while we actually talk about that, let's actually just go do the rundown. Sam currently in the lead with 26 points, getting maximum points last week, with Mitch GK90 in 18th. Then we have Purple Sector 1 with 15 points in third. Mihai DMC in 4th with 12 points. Hyder in 5th with 10 points. Then we have Ubo in 6th with 8 points. Rattleman Gaming in 7th with 6 points. Shaden in 8th with 4 points. Mafuta in 9th with 2 points. And Bobby Doyo in 10th with 1 point. Everyone else on the grid has no points to their names. And with that, Mercedes is leading the Constructors' Championship with 41 points. AlphaTauri in 2nd with 26. Red Bull in 3rd with 18. Haas in 4th with 12 points. 5th is the Ferrari with 4 points. And in 6th is the Aston Martin with 1 point. Both McLaren, Alpine, Williams, and Alfa Romeo all have no points to their name. And this is gonna be interesting. And the one thing about this track that really gets me specifically is that it kind of favors the power units here at France. With those long straights is gonna be very, very key.
Actually, I wouldn't think about this just because we have the Misfill Straight in Sector 2, and after the pretty much fast chicane, we have another one with a really dangerous right-hander, especially in the wet. It's kind of for Sector 2, but I wouldn't think about Sector 1 and Sector 3. Where you need a decent amount of downforce. So it's 50-50 I think, as Sam is invalidated his first lap time.
Yep, and same goes with his teammate of TTFM Toxic, who I believe is reserving in for Purple Sector. and they both have been validated so far. But looks like the first person that could be looking at putting in a valid time will be Shaden, who is currently entering Sector 2 on that DRS zone, but since it is the intermediates and wet conditions, there will be no DRS to speak of.
Yeah, the chicane, turn 1 and turn 2 are really critical. You have wide curbs, so they inviting you to like cut a corner or getting wide on the exit. Also, the chicane on at the end of the Misfit straight is yeah, you have to wide braking points on this circuit, and I don't want to be sitting in the car right now because it is not that bad, but they still need to get the racing line in as we going forward to the qualifying session.
Yep,
It's
but as it stands now, Shaden will be coming around the final corner now on his intermediate quali lap for Q1, and he's going to be setting the standard with a 145.140. An amazing time there for Shaden TV, as he's going to be topping the timing block, but only for the time being, as we still have a lot of drivers to finish their quali laps now. As I'm looking at Hort Bennett. No, it's F1 Silva actually setting a 145.968, a really good time for the Alfa Romeo. But Chickpea makes his way on the top provisional pole. Well, not provisional pole because we have 3 qualifyings, but provisional fastest. Or well, actually, right as I say that, Rassam actually takes it now with a 144.544, and then Real Raw barely takes it now with a 144.540, 4 thousandths of a second. And I'm looking at a few spins up ahead. We actually have Hayden, who came back out on track in front of his teammate, a little Sabby, and we also have Shelby Limited, currently crashed out in the penultimate corners. As you can see, the Haas car on the left side of the track will now be knocked out of Q1 and could be looking at a potential well, actually we'll be looking at the back of the starting grid once we get into the once we get to the Grand Prix.
Ubo is getting a 5 grid penalty for a collision with Shelby. So there was kind of like a moment, I missed it, but I saw it on my screen. He is getting a 5 grid penalty. That's unfortunate. And we have flanges out.
Oh, but look at that time from Sam's there. 142.091. Could be looking at a potential vehicle change coming to the midway of the season. That is way too quick in that Mercedes. Well done to Sam's. But he currently has the fastest with a 142.091 as it stands now, really showing why he's leading the driver standings, not just because of his skill, but also the car that he's in as well. So could be looking at a potential change coming to the midway of the season, but we'll have to soon find out.
A pretty good lap time. He put that lap time in, and we see improvement also from Rassam. The second lap on the inverse is good in the moment because yeah, you need a certain temperature on that circuit, especially on that circuit. And yeah, the second lap time on the inverse is absolutely worth a try.
Honestly, these drivers are going to be giving it their all as it stands now. And I'm actually looking at the chat real quick. So David Benson says, hi, how you doing, David? Good to see you in here. Is corner cutting strict? Yes, the corner cutting is always on strict. If not, he would have cut some corners. No, it is definitely strict corner cutting. It is definitely strict corner cutting here at FRL. But that's the one thing about the strike that I actually did say, like, even though it is wet conditions, so the aerodynamic cars would be actually a little bit better, but Sam with that Mercedes is practically a cheat code at this point, with such an extraordinary time. GK actually came across the line with a 143.465, so a good time from them. Just okay, good to know.
I have the feeling it is the rain is getting more and more from minute to minute here. It's getting dark. But it could also be my imagine, but I think it is raining more at the minute.
Yeah, it is raining heavy here. We could be looking at a potential wet in Q2 as the rain is starting to build up, and I'm seeing a few puddles start to form, but yeah, Stanley Hayden also says hi. How you doing, Stanley? Hello Sam, how you doing? Also known as ARP Evidence. Let's see. We also have MR Extra that's here tonight. A few drivers just listening to us while they do their race. So thanks to guys for queuing in. And if you guys are new to Formula Racing League, this is a new league actually for season 1. This is a new upcoming league to where they race every Sunday same time. But actually, as I'm saying that, Mitch GK spins around the penultimate corners of Sector 3. Just had 3 more corners to go, but spins around and validates his time. Very unfortunate to see for the AlphaTauri, but still gonna press on, still gonna try and put on some sort of times there. Yeah, I know you're shading, Stanley. I know, buddy. I know, I see you. If I couldn't get that, if I couldn't put those 2 puzzle pieces together, then honestly I shouldn't even be in this business. But yeah, good to see you here. And yes, so there's also tier 2 on that was tier 2 on Friday, correct? If I do remember correctly. I don't do commentary on tier 2.
Yes, tier 2 is on Fridays, same time.
Yep, which is 7:30 British Standard Time, 2:30 Eastern Standard Time. And those are the only 2 times that I know. but yeah, I'm
for
looking.
The it's for the Europes is gonna be 8:30 p.m.
No, 8:30. No. You think it's 8:30 for me right now?
In example for France, Germany, and Hungary,
oh yeah, okay,
for
yeah.
Central Europe time is 1 hour ahead. And,
yeah, I thought you were saying
Portugal
my time.
Your time is EST because you're living on the East Coast.
Nope. I'm not EST. I'm 1 hour ahead of EST. Like right now it's 3:46 for me. But yeah, we're getting off track. We're waffling a little bit.
Yep.
We have a yellow flag coming into the chicane at the end of the straight, as we do actually have around 7 minutes left here of qualifying before we make our way down. We're waiting on a few drivers to get their time in. Hayden still struggling a little bit with putting in a valid time, just really getting into grips of the track limits. And also their teammate of Low Savvy is actually coming around the final corner now. Doesn't look too good of a time, so could be looking at near the middle of the pack or potentially near the bottom of the pack now, crossing the line. But it looks like he's going to be starting a new lap here, as they were only able to set a 149.035. And as you can see, just struggling with the braking zones.
And he's running out of fuel actually, so I don't think we can expect another lap from him.
Well, we'll have to wait and see. But I see another yellow flag up ahead with I believe, who was that? I'm trying to see who that was, guys. Sorry. I think that was Nelson. Yeah, Nelson got a little bit of a spin just ahead of Ubo, and my brother is squealing like a parakeet in the background. But
it sounds like a dog. It sounds like a dog actually.
Like a dog? You thought that was? What type of dogs do you have? A Chihuahua?
It was
like what is?
It was kind of like sounding like a little one in the background.
Like a little Yorkie or something.
Yeah, something like that. I have a much bigger dog, to be honest.
Fair. So probably like the same size of like a Doberman, like the same size dog, or
a little bit smaller. It is like a mix between Pitbull and Agostino. Yeah. So he's a little bit bigger with a longer tail. He's pure white with some black. This is like a little cow, or something?
A little cow. Wow, that's a way to name your dog. Hey, look at this little
Yes,
cow.
it's a weird comparison to be honest, but yeah, it's called a pure white pit bull mixed with an Argentino. Really interesting,
Well, that's
but
cute.
yeah,
You
he
have to
was a
send me a
restaurant.
picture at some point. But we actually did
Was
just see. Sorry to cut you off there, but we actually did just see Ubo cross the line with a 144.241 as he does spin after going a 10th up in sector 1. Caution flag on the field, probably looking at a little bit of damage on that car, but will have to serve the 5-place grid penalty at the end of the qualifying, but still currently in the top 6. Well, it isn't 6, I should say, and could look like going into Q2 at the end of this, but Chick P also makes their presence known in the top 5. Chick P 22 in the McLaren, right behind their McLaren teammate actually, of Rassam, fourth and fifth fastest so far for them. Mitch GK has crashed out on the track, and we just got on board with Toxic, where you can see the car completely gone on the right side of the track. It'll be 15 down, he'll be knocked out, and we're still waiting on 3 drivers to put in a time, or should I say that? Because we actually did just have one of them put in a time, which I believe was Hayden, with a 144.197, gets into the safe zone, but currently on the chopping block is Lil Sabby, Toxic, and also Acid Masters, who is struggling on the track here, not used to the wet conditions in that Haas. And I mean, the thing is, it's kind of surprising because you would think that the Haas would be good in the wets because we describe it as a boat. So with the water, it should just glide. But now F1 Silva has crashed out as well, as we're going to go on board with Hort Bennett, their teammate, who will be coming past them now as they enter Sector 3. And now we're going to be only looking at 13 drivers make their way into Q2. As you can see, the Alfa Romeo stuck on the right side of the track, completely out of everyone's way, but he will not be enjoying that whatsoever. Starting near the back of the grid will be Mitch GK, F1 Silva, Tony Flange, and Shelby Limited. Those are the guaranteed back rows.
Yeah, we also have a lot of drivers they invalidating their lap times, so it is probably getting worse out there.
It
Just
probably is. But one person I am looking at that's taking a weird racing line is actually Acid Masters. Just going completely onto the runoff area and then cuts across towards the pit lane entry now. As he is fully stopped in the pit lane. Why is he going backwards? Has he changed his mind? Acid, you cannot be doing that, mate. You cannot hesitate. If someone's making their way into the pit lane, they would hit you in the rear end. Come on, Acid. Don't hesitate. It's Formula 1 for Christ's sake.
This was really interesting and really dangerous as well. This could have caused a really big carnage there. The pit entry already is part of its own, but having a driver backing up there, this is probably really. And I mean, this is a long way to that point where he was, and he lost it. And then he's backing up, changing his mind. You can't do it in F1, mate.
You can't do that in any racing at all. So
No,
big problems for Acid Master, just not getting into grips at all with France, and probably with his own mind at this point, trying to make the decisions. Very indecisive so far, but he was lucky that there was no one making their way into the pit lane, because that would have been huge carnage. He would have took someone out, and he would have gotten himself a 5-place grid penalty. So that's going to go down. Yeah, he should get a disqualification. I do agree with you, Extra. I do agree, because that is serious. That could have ended in terrible scenes. But still.
This is actually really a reason for disqualification, because this has nothing to do with sportsmanship, and it is really sign of dangerous driving. Never stop on track, never back up on track. Even except you have to do it after a spin or things like that. But backing up out of the pit entry, this is not the way it goes. But yeah, luckily nothing happened, and
Yeah, he
he
was
retired on
lucky.
track.
He was lucky, but with Lil Sabby trying to improve on their time, currently a tenth down on their time as they're entering now 2/10 down. So really struggling here at France, not getting into grips with these corners. But let's see, still has one more sector left to do until they reach the timing line and could be getting themselves knocked out of Q1. Toxic has crossed the line and he is going to be out. He is guaranteed. And Lil Sabby spins out again. And that's going to be their chances done. That's practically it for Lil Sabby. As they come across now, it's going to be retiring once they cross the timing line or making their way into the pit lane. And that I do appreciate there from Lil Sabby. Actually knows how to follow the pit lane entry line instead of cutting across, and that is one thing that we'd love to see. Just having that respect of the road to like if you're battling out with someone, right, and you're trying to get into the pit lane, let them through. Don't try and cut across them or anything like that, and just follow the lines. That's why we people had those lines out on track. But yeah, it was actually good to see that. But that's gonna be it. So the people being knocked out will be Mitch GK, F1 Silva, Little Sabby, Toxic, Tony Flange, Acid Masters, and Shelby Limited. And oh my god, I just looked at this. I'm looking at the Discord right now, Chris.
Yes.
Avid Masters doesn't even know what they did wrong.
Oh.
The
This
Haas
is a
driver
statement.
didn't even know what they did wrong.
This is
Oh
a
lord.
statement. Sorry guys, but I think I keep myself up from commentating this. One, I think my stuff. I think everyone is picking my stuff, but this, mate, never back up on track if it is not completely necessary. I mean, you were all the way at the at the pit entry. Just before the line, and then you change your mind and back up. I mean, it is quite a far as it could be an incident, just by breaking late or sliding around or something like that. But I didn't really see the whole scene. I just saw him backing up, and he might get something wrong, but nah. It is.
Yeah, it's
I don't really
common
want to
sense.
commentate
I'm gonna
it.
be honest. It's just common sense. Like
Yeah.
if you're gonna commit to something, commit to it. Don't change your, like don't change your decision after that, because you're not gonna just ruin yourself's race, but you could potentially ruin someone else's if they're trying to make their way past you. And
All I can say, every every driver is representing himself with his name and with his drive quality. So it is up to everyone to decide for himself. But seeing things like that on stream could have a bad effect on your recommendation.
it
Probably.
would have huge backlashes to your reputation. Yeah, and
But let's move forward. He might made a mistake. We are all human in the end of the day. So
yeah, that's fair.
hope I think honestly I think he can do better, and he will prove it soon enough. So let's move forward to it. I don't want to speak bad things about.
Yeah, exactly. We don't want to ramble on for it the whole entire time. I get you. But as we do that, we're actually looking at it now. I'm actually trying to see who. Sam. Sorry. So Sam is going to be leading the outlappers once again, getting those tires, at least trying to get those tires warmed up in these cold conditions, as he's making his way down into sector 3. And that's the one thing that's actually really, really tough about France, is that the tire temperatures can get super high up like close to around, I want to say 110 degrees Celsius in some cases if it's a dry race. Like it can get very, very, very bad in most cases. But yeah, but with it being a wet condition here tonight, and plus with those inters, they could be it could aid those rubbers to cool them off. But we actually didn't really give a track description of this of France. So now we're gonna go on board with Sam, and you have this quick left-hander of turn 1 to a quick elevation change right-hander of turn 2. That curve is very dangerous right there, as he makes his way down towards turns 3, which is the sharp right, to turn 4. Just a quick chicane after chicane here of turns 3, 4, and 5. At least if I'm getting these turn names wrong, please let me know.
It's actually there are actually no names as far as I know, but
well, I'm talking about the numbers. I don't know about the names.
With a really good sector 1 time, around about 25, it's really good in this condition. So you might expect a 142 from him again. Maybe improvement towards the 141, because we don't have much change in the weather right now. Our sector, he is having a 56.801.
Yeah, hold on, I'm just typing something, so I'll leave you to it. Just keep on going.
Yeah, and now is the most tactical part of the circuit. Sector 3, he might just get a little bit loosey-goosey out of the exit there, but still catch it. Now it's coming to the really important part. Break in a little bit early. Just the best racing line you can get. The final turn, and he get it right. Good exit, good acceleration. How is he doing? He's just going off the racing line just a little bit to get water on his tires at 142.114. Well done.
You okay over there? Dude,
yeah,
he needs a breathalyzer.
I just hyperventilated a little bit, but yeah, I'm just catching my breath.
Yep, but hold on, keep on going.
So who's the next one? We have Nelson. He is currently in the penultimate corner there. So how is exit on the final turn? It looks okay. It looks okay, pretty much good. And he is staying on the racing line. And he is also catching the water. And he got a 146.6.
And then Rassam crossing the line now with a 146.2. So the timing is definitely what's called. It's definitely a little bit
It's hard to say at the moment.
Yeah,
I think
around
it's
4
getting
seconds.
A little bit worse.
It's
getting worse.
So let's see. I think it's just getting wetter, to be honest with you. With up, and there goes Nelson. Nelson is now out. We're now going to be seeing the top 9 make their way. So this is going to be interesting.
Sam had an improvement compared to his qualifying 1 lap time, but everyone else, it looks like a little bit. I mean, it's close. 144s, 143.7 for Shaden. Is it hard to say if it's getting worse, or is the weather stays like that? It's hard to say for the times are really.
I mean, I'm still seeing a very dark, very dark clouds. So I think this rain is going to be sticking with us for a long time.
That's for sure. Bennett is going into the final chicane. I always saying final chicane. This is the final turn. My goodness, mate. 140, 141, 142, 143, 144.3. Well done to him.
That's a good time from Horde Bennett. That's such an extraordinary time getting around, especially in the Alfa Romeo, and that's a tough vehicle to try and get a huge time out. And to be honest with you, 144 is a pretty decent time to start off with. And
It is. I always forgetting that it's realistic performance, so
yeah,
even more impressive for his driving skills. The Alfa Romeo is not the easiest car to handle on realistic performance, to be completely honest.
no, it
But
is not. But one thing that we actually can say about the Alfa Romeo, which you pointed out earlier, before we actually started started the stream, and you really liked it. I liked it too, but not as much as you did. The new Alfa Romeo, the new Alfa Romeo livery.
it's amazing. It's amazing. I mean, they always trying to try something new. And if you see the Alfa Romeo livery right now here on track, it is a. I think I like it. I think I kind of like it with the red nose.
Yeah.
And half body kit is red and white. I really wish for Alfa Romeo in the future they put a completely red, dark red Alfa Romeo color livery in with the Alfa Romeo sign. This probably would be looking like amazing.
But the thing is, though, they don't want to make it too dark of a red, mainly because that is where Ferrari has mainly done with their new livery this season. But Hort Bennett actually does improve on their time by 3/10, just shy of 3/10 actually, with a 144.080, only just 800ths of a second behind the 143 second barrier. But one thing I do want to see actually, Shaden TV and Real Raw, both in the Ferrari and both getting the exact same time of a 143.783. You couldn't time it any better.
This reminds me on Leclerc and Sainz. The pace between those two is absolutely like even. Especially we saw it at the end of last season. They were barely like, as example, 5th or 6th, and then they never were much or far apart from one another. So that reminds me. But those both drivers, amazing, with the same lap time, same team, probably the same setup. I don't know.
That is extraordinary. Those times, honestly, extraordinary to see from Ubo. Toxic has now has left the session. Looks like a few people are getting a little bit of disconnects from the session. So far, we are 2 drivers down, I do believe. But that only gives me the intention. If they leave and continuously try to rejoin, we could be looking at a potential glitched lobby here tonight. And to be honest with you, I really don't want to experience that. It is not the greatest thing to see. But
I had a crazy race to commentate on this week. It was also in France. It was raining like hell, and we had like kind of 2 glitches at the same time. We had one driver. He was sitting in the pits. I could see him in the cockpit view, and the safety car was running laps in the qualifying as well.
The safety
with,
car?
Yeah, with a lap record. 120 he was driving in the red safety car.
Are you serious?
It was kind of crazy, and then nothing happened afterwards, so we had to create a new lobby. And then, as soon as I get the invitation, my internet completely dropped out. It was a crazy week, I have to be completely honest.
Wow. I mean, hey, then Formula One needs to give those safety car drivers a seat inside the Formula One car potentially, because wow.
You need to reward for that one, yeah.
They need a raise.
In the rain is extraordinary.
It's dry to wet in the. I should have said it. I should have said it, guys. I wasn't really looking at having any weather spoilers, to be honest with you. Like, because it makes it a little bit more like it makes us improvise here in the comms box, and it makes it a little bit more of a like real reaction instead of a fake reaction when it happens. But it's alright. It's only the 2nd race of the season, so but next time please no weather spoilers here in the chat or anything like that. It just makes it a better viewing experience for us back at home and everything. That's not all, but don't ruin it even more. You'll see. Okay, thank you. I will see. Thank you. We'll keep it as that.
Do we have actually a car going into the pits? It's gotta be really interesting to see it from the cockpit. How tight the pit lane is. I mean, everyone knows that, but
Oh, it's really tight. You cannot fit
yeah,
two cars in there.
we see it on Hayden. He just came in and said, "Oh, there is no space left and right." So they have to be really. I mean, okay, at this point the car is already, or the game is already taken over. But until to the line, you have to brake absolutely in time, and you easily can lose it into the wall there. So pretty tricky, but much better than the previous pit entry.
Yeah, a lot better. But we're actually looking at Mihai right now coming around the final corner. Looks like he done an exceptional time here potentially as he's approaching the timing line now, and he's going to be setting a new fastest time, fourth fastest with a 143.792 in the Red Bull. An extraordinary time for Mihai. He is definitely now in the safe zone as we're actually looking at the top 10 being moved on to the next round. So currently on the chopping block will be Jarixa Plays, who is just starting a fast lap now, currently with a 145.052. Needs to improve by a few tenths to get past Rattleman Gaming, and will be out of the chopping block and will be into Q3. So now is between Rattleman Gaming and Jarixa Plays. As you can see, Rattleman Gaming struggling a little bit, as I do believe he is a D-pad racer here, and in the Red Bull is going to be a very tough order for him, especially at a track like this. And Jarixa has actually invalidated their time, so needs to get to the timing line as quick as they can. And it's going to be very close to see if Jarixa is going to be able to make it in time, because we have just over a minute left of qualifying. Oh, and I'm looking at this now. So Tony Flange, we did see Tony Flange actually disconnect from the lobby, and it looks like he actually had a power cut from his house. There was a few places in the road where like the electricity has been a little bit on the finicky side, to say the least. But yeah, now we're actually gonna go on board with Rattleman Gaming, who is gonna be starting a new lap time now. And we're going to see if he's going to be able to make his way and secure his place into Q3. But takes a super wide line there at the beginning corners. Jarixa is now going to approach the timing line and going to be starting a new one after invalidating their time. And now this is going to be between Rattleman Gaming and Jarixa. Who is going to be the one to get knocked out? Chris, are you there? Chris? Guys, I think we lost Chris. I am pretty sure we lost Chris. Yep, it's official. We definitely lost Chris. But as I'm looking at it now, Jarixa has spun around, and that's going to ruin their time. So Rattleman Gaming is now in the safe zone. Yeah, Chris is broken. Yep, Chris is broken. Guys, we need a new Chris. We need a new Chris. And Rattleman Gaming did invalidate his time, but he was lucky because Jarixa has now retired on the racetrack without interfering with anyone else's time. So that's gonna be it, ladies and gentlemen. Jarixa, Nelson FR, and Robin FR, all of them are now. Yeah, just talk to yourself. Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm doing at this point. But they are now out of the qualifying sessions as we're going to make our way into Q3 now. Rattleman Gaming has been given a gift. 10th fastest at the end of Q2 as he's going to be making his way down. Hayden now looking to improve on their time. Same goes with Ubo, who will be serving a five-place grid penalty at the end of qualifying due to a collision with a Haas driver, if I do remember correctly. But Ubo now making his way down the timing line. Is he going to improve his time at all? As he reaches it now, he's going to be setting just barely not getting faster than his qualifying pace, but still a very good time, as I think Broken Chris has been fixed now. Chris, are you back?
Sorry, I had to turn out my microphone because I had a sneeze attack. I was sneezing a couple times in a row. and I don't want it to bother you with that, so I turned off my mic.
What do you mean? Mate, that would have been good content.
I don't really think so because my sneezing is weird.
I mean, we all have a weird sneeze. I have a weird freaking laugh, for Christ's sake. I don't even have a laugh, I just wheeze. Like...
I just love it, keep it up.
Yeah, but I mean, well, let me ask you this. Is it those type of continuous sneezes to where people think that you have COVID? Or is it those type of continuous sneezes to where it reminds you of that video of that dog sneezing continuously, having that one pause, then sneezes, then there's like a big explosion PNG?
It is like, I think it's not COVID related, since it's not a symptom anymore. But besides of that, I mean, there are sometimes moments like you're reacting allergical to something. Not that I know that I have some allergical reactions, except of stupidness.
Yeah.
But,
You're allergic to stupidness.
but,
oh
but
no.
Sometimes I have this moment of the day I get a sneeze attack, sometimes once and sometimes like 5 or 6 in a row. Just it's like the body wants to get rid of the air and get some fresh into. I don't know. It's hard to explain because my body is weird sometimes, and I'm pretty sure everyone is.
Biology is weird. That's pretty much it.
It was always weird, and it will be always weird in the future. And Sam is the first one on track again, and I think it was. I think it stopped raining.
Nope, it's still raining. Stopped raining? Stopped raining! Are you not seeing this, Chris?
I see a couple of drops still.
Couple? Mate, look at the stream right now. We are completely drenched over here.
I might
It
have
stopped
to
raining!
On the cockpit I see, yeah. It's not raining still, we had in qualifying 1 and 2, but it is still raining afterwards. But,
it is raining heavily over here, my friend. Like,
oh, yeah.
This, damn. Hey, yo, I want to be in your road. We're in, yeah, I think, guys, I don't think Chris is fixed yet. He's still calibrating. He hasn't really wired in his GPS just yet and his weather facts. But
I might have to clean up my glasses.
Yeah, clean up those lenses.
Yeah, and that's probably, yeah. My screen is a little bit dark than usual. But yeah, I can clearly see it's still pouring with rain. But from my feeling, not as much as we had in qualifying 1 and 2, from my opinion, at least.
I think it's around the same, to be honest. But one thing I am noticing is that it's starting to get, like, it's still pretty dark, but it's just slightly brighter. I don't know if it's just me, but we could be looking at a potential dry start. And if that's the case, then whoever was in the chat, you ruined it for us. But I'm joking, of course.
Who's the forecast? Or what is the forecast? Who's the forecast? My goodness, what is the English tonight?
Oh, okay, guys. I think he also messed up his grammar calibration as well. So I mean, he's German. Give him a break, all right? He's still learning the language every day. We still learn new things every day.
This is true. This is completely true. Thanks for the concern. I'm not a robot. But yeah.
He's Elon Musk. He's a robot. Don't listen to him. He's the German Elon Musk.
Yeah. Still checking it out.
He's checking out his circuits, trying to see. Okay, this wire goes to here. Blah, 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 blah. Nope, wrong wire. This wire.
Code name confusing. Error code is coming up soon.
Error code 33250 underscore.
You messed up the language again. You messed up the language again.
I'm just waiting. I can just imagine every time you wake up in the morning, it's just the Windows XP freaking like loading sound.
I mean, I look at my mirrors and I think by myself, what the fuck is going on with me? How can I be?
Hold on, let me actually get this up real quick. Hold on, I gotta see this. Hold on. So, let me, because this is what I imagine. Windows. Here we go. Here we go. This is you when you wake up. All right. Windows. Oh. Here we go. Here. This is you when you wake up.
Dun, 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 dun. 141.9. 140.9 for Sam, by the way.
So that is you when you wake up, and then when you go to sleep. Here you go. This is when you go to sleep.
I think you can turn it around. So I would prefer to take the log to take the rundown voice in the morning and the other thing in the evening. So I never turn really off. That's the problem. But what a time from Sam, he improved again at 141.9, and he's the only one at the minute.
I'm just trying to what is I'm trying to think of like oh, here it is. Hold on. I think I found it. Did I get this? I think I got it. Look, this is you. Okay, look. This is you when you're trying to reconnect.
Oh yeah, it sounds familiar.
Found it right here. Here we go.
Oh, this is weird.
We're having a problem. Hold on. Bang it so it works. Work. Oh no, it's broken. It's broken. Shut it down. Shut it down.
This is annoying. This is absolutely annoying.
That would be you, honestly, every time you wake up.
It's far true, but sometimes I try to get it better.
Yeah, just wait for it. It's just gonna turn into a like it's gonna upgrade itself, right? So you get the windows. Like this is the different stages. So you got the windows start up. When you get a when you what's it called? Get that upgrade and you're finally done. This is where you get this sound effect when you wake up.
You missed it quite a bit. I think you can tell it. The person you are reaching is currently unavailable. Please try again later.
Yeah, move the disc and clean it with toothpaste to fix it. I remember when that was a thing. The thing was if you had a scratchy disc or something. Mom, do you remember that?
Yes.
Oh, where you had like a scratchy disc. You had to get your toothbrush and toothpaste and scrub the toothpaste into the disc for it to work.
Yeah, this is absolutely. I can remember it. This was good old times.
Oh yeah.
Fixing this about that. I mean, those little tricks, and in the end, the weird thing, it was actually working.
Yeah, and I forgot about that. There was also rice as well. So if you put too much toothpaste into your system, you had to put your freaking system in rice and clean it out. I remember that. Oh, mate.
I didn't know about that just a moment ago. There was a couple of tricks to fix something the cheapest way, but yeah. Let's go to qualifying. We have pretty amazing lap time, so the track is getting faster at the moment.
Yeah, there's a little bit more rubber on the track, so it's going to be helping out the drivers. And with these sort of times, Sam has actually set the fastest time as it stands now with a 141.943, and he's currently out on the wets. So he's probably anticipating that the rain has gotten a little bit heavier, as he is shaking side to side to say, "Hello guys, give me attention, I'm shaking my ass for the TV caught in 4K." But
I think he's teasing us. Because he is far ahead.
There he goes. There he's drifting.
I think he's just teasing us to get some stream time in. Be honest with me, Sam.
Yeah, he's just celebrating too early with a potential pole position as he's making his way around now. But is the wets actually faster than the intermediates at this point, or are we still looking at the intermediates being the faster tire?
As I can see from the lap times, they are much faster than in qualifying too. So I really thinking that staying on the inters is the best idea, but we might get a surprise, or he knows something we don't know. But let's see. Going with Sam on the red tire, is he actually faster? We will.
We'll soon find out.
Did he just improve? No.
No, he just finished his out lap, and he's gonna be making his way through now for quality pace.
I looked in the wrong corner, so I don't have speaking trouble. I have also as you mentioned, I have trouble.
He's deaf. He cannot. He's not lingual at all. He's blind. He can't.
Oh no, he lost it. He lost. He is a 3/10 slower than his previous lap, so I don't.
Yeah, so the intermediates are definitely going to be the best sets of tires at this point.
This might be mind gaming, or he just.
He's just having himself a little bit of fun out there. Just he knows that he's got pole position. He hasn't seen anyone get into the 142s or anything like that, so he's just having himself a little bit of fun out there in France. It's like those days to where like it's pouring with rain. You go outside, not wearing any rain coats at all. You got your little splash boots, and you just start jumping into everything as he's trying to get through the runoff area. But that's the one thing about the France runoff area, is really messed up.
I mean, in France, if you're looking for a gravel trap or even grass, you can look for like forever, because everything is like a runout area. But those blue and black stripes, they are absolutely like running on X, driving on X or something like that. You don't really want to hit those.
Ooh.
Oh, and Sam is troubling around here.
Yeah, but the other Sam of Rossam, or Rassam, I'll say Rossam because the S is capitalized. Rossam has actually found himself into the 142 times. So a very good time there from the McLaren, and that could be giving Sam a little bit of a scare, because he could be having a quite an eventful race with Rossam potentially. But 40 seconds left now in the quali lap, well, in qualifying I should say. And pretty much we have our starting grid at this point. I don't really see anyone improving, but anything can happen here in Tier 1 of FRL. So this is going to be interesting.
I saw EVG Hayden. He had a really good. I think it was a sector 1 time. Then he get wide. Let some people spy, and this was actually Weddleman. He is improving. On his time by more than 3/10 of a second.
Ooh, so that could be a huge change. But right now, I believe that is Rattleman. Yeah, Rattleman's coming to the timing line now. Just needs to have a nice straightaway towards it, and he's going to be setting a time 6th fastest at 143.934 in the Red Bull. The D-pad maestro himself doing an amazing time there. I'm now looking at Real Raw, who currently looks like has messed up his lap time, invalidated, and now has spun. Ubo currently like close to approaching that area, but it looks like it's gonna be Hayden. Actually, nope, never mind. He's going into the pit lane now, and could be Chickpea. Yeah, Chickpea is going forward now. Let's see if Chickpea is going to be improving on his time as he comes around the final corner now. Goes on the throttle, goes on the hammer. And it doesn't look like he's going to be improving. Very close, only 2/10 slower. But Ubo currently up on his time, exiting out of Sector 2 into Sector 3. Will be serving a 5-place grid penalty at the start of this. But let's see what position he's going to be getting. He improves on his time, but not by position. So Ubo will be starting in 12th place coming to the start of the Grand Prix, as he was able to get 7th fastest out on track. And now we have Sam's, the only person that we are waiting on actually to either retire on track or make his way into the pit lane or cross the timing line, because he's got pole position, he's got the fastest lap time, and we're going to be seeing him on the front row with Rassam as he celebrates in the wet cold conditions here at France. And to be honest with you, if he retires now, yep, we are making our way down.
Gotta be. Really interesting qualifying. Stunning lap time from Sam. yeah, it's.
I
still
think
don't know the
Sam might have to be
forecast.
demoted. Because mainly
My
because he like the thing is he isn't not like the motorbikes here, but the motorbike car. Because you can already see compared to the other drivers around him, he is way too fast in that Mercedes, and it could be an easy win for the drivers' championship for him. But so far he is still in the Mercedes. He still has a very good race coming his way. As everyone in the chat now is saying, don't ready up when choosing a strategy, please. So give the drivers enough time to get their setup and pitch strategy, everything like that. Give them enough time to do it. And you know what? I'm going to take initiative. I'm going to be the one to say it in the Discord when to do it. So just wait for it, guys.
Yeah, we speak about giving time. At least speaking about like giving them at least 2 minutes.
2 minutes? Oh no, that's way too much. Probably like half a minute. Oh, but we do have a dry race start.
But cloudy.
It is cloudy, so we could be looking at a race end. Thanks, Sam. But yeah, we're just waiting on it, and there we go. There's the timer. Well, looks like someone did read the notes, but we are gonna be underway for the race start here at France for Formula Racing League. We have 27 laps here at this track. We're looking at a potential 40 to 45 minute race. And we're going to be having a formation lap to start it all. And since they started on the wet or intermediate compounds, they have free choice of which tires to use. Everyone going on a set of mediums except for F1 Silva and Real Raw FBGG. And to be honest with you, I think the mediums are definitely going to be the best tire to use because they run out of so much tire wear here at France, and starting on the set of mediums could be the beneficial mark here. Even though getting the aggressive start on those softs, those mediums are definitely going to be having a huge advantage after. But yeah. So far we actually have Rassam starting the leading the formation lap, and then actually giving it back to Sam's. So Sam's now leads the formation lap. And so far, a pretty good turnout for the McLaren team in qualifying, starting in second and in fourth. So it could be a very good turnout for them here.
Oh, absolutely. Flans is just joined again.
So that's good. He was able to get that the electricity cut off back on just in time for the race start, as he's going to be starting in 18th after crashing out in Q1. And one thing that we are used to in the real life scene, the Haas drivers starting in the back row.
Yeah, with the medium compound tire, we just saw it popping up. It is a potential one-stop strategy for those guys. And the same as for... Do we have actually a hard runner? No, I don't think so. We have two soft runners. So yeah, it's gonna be a potential two-stop for the soft runners and a potential one-stop for the medium runners going to the hard. It would be much slower at the end of the race with the hard compound tire, but it's gonna be really interesting. And yeah, I mean, there's always the potential for safety cars and DLCs and stuff like that. So
well, not also just that. But it's not also just that though. We had a full wet qualifying session. So we could be potentially looking at some rain coming to the race start. Well, not the race start, but like near the race end. But I'm actually gonna leave it with you, Chris, for the race start. You'll be doing the red lights, and you'll be starting off this Grand Prix, my friend.
Oh, I appreciate that. Hopefully I can do it good. So we're still waiting. We have green flags on the track, so everyone should be in his starting position. But now it's a little bit of waiting game like we had last week. So we'll be waiting for our...
Is it a bit glitched?
It's probably just waiting because everyone looks like okay. I don't see anything weird on.
I'm seeing something weird. Tony Flange's car is bouncing at the back, so it looks like he's showing off a little bit of his hydraulics. Same goes with Mitch GK.
I think those guys just putting the best on for the rest of the grid, just to stay awake for the week, for the wait, for the wait to get on the way. But this is kind of weird, so I don't see green.
Do we have a
flags
glitched lobby?
on my minimap. Oh,
I think we
please
might
no.
have a glitched lobby. Do we have
Please
someone
no.
disconnect and rejoin?
I saw Tony Flange. He rejoined while we had the formation lap, so he's
Yeah.
gotta be a blue to.
That it's the race is glitched now. The race is glitched. We're gonna have to make a new lobby.
Please not. Please not.
No, it's part of the game. It's a glitched lobby. We're gonna have to make a restart. I'm just waiting for the notice from Rattleman. Use grid editor to create a new lobby. Yep. That's how it normally goes. If there is a glitched lobby, just take a screenshot of the grid.
I will do it right away.
Thank you. Waiting on Rattle and Tony. Wait, waiting on Rattle? I'm a little bit confused. Yep. I mean, Sam, you did say it. Anything can happen, right? Anything can happen. And something that is a possibility is that we could be not having a race.
Everything but that.
Oh, Tony Flanges' car has stopped bouncing.
Might be run out of music. Spotify
Oh.
is this.
Oh, I got a blue screen.